This is my P10S, and I'm going to shoot it at 100 yards today, but I wanted to show you some of the things that I changed on it before I do. There's a Mantis X device out here, and what it does, it tells you how much you move the gun as you pull the trigger. And I'm going to demonstrate that here because I didn't record it. And I have to hold the gun vertically, and I'm shooting it with my left hand. So when I pull the trigger, you'll see a score pop up. 93. And what happens is if you jerk the gun down, I'll try it again. If you jerk the gun, it'll show up as a low score. If you release the trigger without moving the gun, and I'm going to try it with my left hand. Oops, that wasn't very good. Let me try it again. I think I can do a lot better than that. Yeah, 91. Let me try it with my right hand. '93. Try it with both hands. '93. So anyway, you get the idea. Now from a rest, there's going to be less motion before you pull the trigger, so the scores will be a little higher. But that's one thing I did. And what you'll hear me do is call out the score with each shot. And I was recording the audio while I was shooting, but I didn't have a camera on the audio. So we'll put that aside. I'll show you a couple other things I did. Modified the Sugru again. I added some more Sugru to the front side of the grip in here, and to the finger grasp area here, and that's about all I did on the grip. I decided not to change a panel or anything. I needed the large panel on the small gun. The other thing I've done is I've put in the CGW trigger, and the disconnector spring. I already had the striker, and I used the Glock striker spring. But the only thing I had trouble with today, the trigger pull is really good. I don't know what it measures, but it's smooth, and that's what I need. So I need it to be very smooth, with no abrupt changes in the travel. And the only thing I really had trouble with today is I tried to zero the Holison sight, and the adjustments are a little, I think, have a little more adjustment value. In other words, they're not 1 MOA clicks. First of all, I can't feel the clicks on the vertical adjustment, and the vertical adjustment seems to be about 2 MOA per click, or what I think is a click, instead of 1. And the left-right is also probably a little more than 1 MOA per click. So I overshot any changes I made, and what I was trying to do is get the 100-yard target hits to be about, maybe 2 inches lower than what they are on the other 9mm guns. It drops roughly 8 inches for most guns from a 25-yard zero, and this one's always run a little higher, and it also had some inconsistencies. So the other thing I did was take up some of the slop in the slide. I use some of this Loctite LB8012 moly lube. It's a low friction lubricant, but it's pretty sticky, and I didn't have any luck with it on the Cadet because the viscosity is too high. But on these 9mm guns where you can stand a heavy grease, my hope was that it would take up some of the clearance in the barrel lockup on the barrel, between the barrel and the slide. I don't care how loose the slide is, as long as the barrel always goes to the same place after every cycle of the slide and chambering of a round. And that seemed to work pretty good today. You know, I was having some problems with throwing a few rounds real high or real low, and a few to the left and a few to the right, and it didn't make any sense. I knew I was not perfect and was jerking the gun around, thus the extra work on the triggers. But still, it was acting more like the barrel was a little loose. And I had the same thing on the P10C, and I was actually able to measure it. I couldn't measure any slop in the lockup on this gun the way I could on my P10C. And it, you know, the C's not loose. It's just not a bullseye type gun. So anyway, that's the changes in the amount of Sugru on the grip. The CGW trigger and disconnector, it already had the striker spring and a Glock. I'm sorry, it already had the striker, and it's the 10-300 striker, not the 320. And then the heavy grease on the barrel lockup contact points. I didn't use it too much on the slide rails themselves, and none on the internals, but I did use it on the front of the gun and the back of the gun at the lockup contact points. So now I want to show you the target that I shot today. Okay, target 2, first shot. .97-4. .98-7. Looks like it missed it. 98-7. Missed the third shot. .99-8. Good shot. Oops, I held low. 94-4, and that one should be low. .98-9, that's good. maybe a little high. 98.6. .98.6. .99.1. .98.5. Okay, that's 10. I think I missed one very first.